To help us to recognize you, please rename your ID with your real name. And second, to reduce noise and prevent any sound problem, please mute your audio. Third, to all of the participants, please turn on your video so we can see the spirit that shows from your face. One more time, to all of the participants, please turn off your video. Fourth, please change your background with our workshop background. You can download it in the link from the Zoom chat. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon from Surabaya. The Honorable Dean of Dakwah and Communication Faculty, Dr. Haji Abdul Halim M.Ag. The Honorable Chief of Department of Islamic Broadcasting and Communication, Dr. Abdul Shakur M.Ag. First of all, let us pray and praise to God Almighty, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Because of His blessing and mercy, we can attend this virtual workshop. I am Muhammad Ansori. It is a great honor for me to be your master of ceremony for today's international workshop, Multimedia Journalism. This international workshop is held by Department of Islamic Broadcasting and Communication of State Islamic University, Sunan Ampel, Surabaya. And I want to extend my very warm welcome to our great keynote speaker today. Our first speaker, Ms. Riza Roidila Mufti, SECOM MA, as multimedia journalist from Belgium. And second speaker, Ms. Anbrin Yasin Khan, MSc, as writer in international mass media from Pakistan. And of course, our best regards to hundreds of participants who have joined with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, media and journalism in this era has become a part of human life. With the role of the media, the public can be smarter and more critical in responding to any issues that happen around them. If we can back to the time, we can see the history of journalism in the world. It began with print-based production, and then it's transformed into broadcast-based production, and now it's turned into online-based production. Ladies and gentlemen, journalism with a multimedia format has become a complete journalism package that has more complete content, such as text, pictures, graphic, animation, audio, and video. With the internet connection, multimedia journalistic product can be accessed only with our fingers. It is undeniable that public consumption of news and information is done through gadget rather than newspaper and radio. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we start our interesting topic of workshop today, I would like to inform you our workshop schedule. First, the opening from MC, and second, singing national anthem and hymn of State Islamic University of Sunan Ampel, Surabaya, and recitation of the Holy Quran, and welcoming speech from Chief of Department of Islamic and Communication, and opening speech from the Dean of Dakwah and Communication Faculty. And after that, we will have group photo session and pre-test. Ladies and gentlemen, we will use Kahoot platform. So for better experience, please use two gadgets so you can play the game easily. And then we will answering the presentation from first speaker, Ms. Riza. And then presentation from second speaker, Ms. Anbrin. And Q&A session After that, we will have some post tests with the same platform. We use kahoot.it. And the last, closing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we start our workshop today, let us recite Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
For the first of our agenda, let's sing our national anthem and hymn of State Islamic University of Sunan Ampel, Surabaya. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let us listening to the reciting of Holy Quran by Fatima Az-Zahra. To Fatima Az-Zahra, the time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Excuse me, Miss Fatima Az-Zahra, please turn on your microphone. Excuse me, please turn. Okay, thank you.
Ya ayyuhalladzina amanu idza qila lakum tafassahu fil majalis إذا قيل لكم تفسحوا في المجالس فافسحوا يفسح الله لكم وإذا قيل انشزوا فانشزوا يرفع الله الذين آمنوا منكم يرفع الله الذين آمنوا منكم والذين أوتوا العلم درجات والله بما تعملون خبير والله بما تعملون خبير صدق الله العظيم Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for beautiful voice of Quran reciters. May Allah give His blessing to our workshop today. And next agenda, let's hear the opening remarks from the Chief of Department of Islamic Broadcasting and Communication. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Abdul Shakur M. Agi.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, and also good morning at the same time. The Honorable Dean of the Faculty of Da'wah, the Honorable keynote speakers, as well as students and all those present at this online venue. Thank you all for being here today in this wonderful place, especially Mrs. Reza Roidila from Belgium and Mrs. Amrin Yassin from Pakistan. It is an honor for me to welcome all of you to this multimedia journalism workshop. Happy guests. The development of communication technology now is advancing increasingly sophisticated so that the variety of ideas and views of life can be quickly disseminated to the virtual audience. And also news materials in the form of pictures or writings become very easy to find. However, the contents of the message are positive and some are negative, such as blaspheming, inciting, and insulting different understanding groups. Such conditions certainly make people easily swayed. Facing such condition, we must take the opportunity to preach, and of course, we must master the mass communication media, because the millennial Da'wah community like today prefers to hang out in the online world and is no longer fascinated by making mosques and majlis ta'lim as ideal places for religious learning. In dealing with this, it is necessary that students of the Islamic Communication and Broadcasting Study Program have understanding, insight, and skills in the use of digital media so that they can broadcast and provide soothing Islamic values to the millennial audience. Also have the skills to explore cool Islamic values, then program, edit, and produce effective, efficient digital da'wah content products, both in the form of written news and videos that enlighten the public. And finally, publish them creatively. On that basis, the Islamic Communication and Broadcasting Study Program held a competency strengthening workshop in the field of digital Islamic broadcasting communication through mastery of communication technology to produce digital da'wah products that are relevant to the character of millennial society. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the speech I can deliver. I hope it is useful. And if there are errors in speech or attitude in my speech, then please forgive me. Finally, thank you for your nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Thank you, Mr. Abdul Sakur, for the speech. Next, we would like to invite the Dean of Dawah and Communication Faculty to deliver the welcoming speech. He will also officially open this international workshop. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Haji Abdul Halim M. Agil.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Bismillah, alhamdulillah. Assalatu wassalamu ala Muhammad ibn Abdullah. Al-mab'uth rahmatan ila yaumil qiyamah. La hawla wa la quwata illa billah. Amma ba'dah. Hadratil kiram, yang saya hormati narasumber Mrs. Riza Raidila from Belgium. Good afternoon, El Belgium. I'm sorry. Good morning in Belgium. Subahul khair fi Belgia. Dan Mrs. Anbrin Yasin from Pakistan. Selamat datang, selamat bergabung bersama kami di Fakultas Dakwah dan Komunikasi. I'm sorry, I'm not fully speaking English. I've not speak English, Indonesia, and Arab. Saya sangat mengapresiasi apa yang telah digagas this event, Multimedia Jurnalism Workshop. Multimedia Journalism Workshop is very, very important in this era. Sangat-sangat penting. Syai'un muhimun fi hadhil azminah. Sebagaimana yang kita tahu bahwa jurnalisme merupakan media penyampai informasi, merupakan media sumber informasi, merupakan media edukasi, merupakan media yang bisa membangun public opinion. Oleh karena itu, jurnalis dan jurnalisme merupakan sesuatu yang sangat urgent, sangat-sangat penting untuk kita tekuni bersama. Karena itu izinkan sebagai Dekan Fakultas Dakwah dan Komunikasi Universitas Islam Negeri Sunan Ampel Surabaya sangat-sangat mengapresiasi atas inisiatif dari kawan-kawan di Prodi Komunikasi dan Penyiaran Islam dan kawan-kawan dosen muda yang ada di Prodi Komunikasi dan Penyiaran Islam yang telah mendesain event ini dengan begitu bagus. Selamat dan sukses atas inisiatif yang luar biasa ini. Dan terima kasih yang tak terhingga kepada para narasumber yang telah berkenan membantu kami untuk memberikan pencerahan, memberikan transformasi, knowledge, value, maybe experience sebagai pengayaan tentang ilmu kejurnalistikan di fakultas kita ini. Some Islamic journalism principles are. Kalau boleh saya sampaikan beberapa prinsip jurnalisme dalam Islam. Al-mabda fi ilqa'il ikhbar wa taqdimiha. Beberapa prinsip jurnalisme dalam Islam. Awalan, the first, as-sidqu, yakni al-muwafiq bil waqi', faktual. The first, faktual. Jauh dari hoax. Mada nakul jauh dari hoax? Ba'idun anil ifki, jauh dari kebohongan. No hoax. Ini prinsip yang pertama yang harus dipegang oleh para jurnalis dengan spirit Islam. Dengan bahasa agama, asidgu. Dengan bahasa jurnalis, mungkin, maybe is factual. Yang kedua, qaulan layyina. Fil Quran, qaulan layyina, qaulan baligha, qaulan syadida, wa ghairu dhalik, and so on. Dalam Al-Quran, Allah menyebut redaksi, narasi yang dibangun harus dengan bahasa dan narasi yang asertif, bukan provokatif, dengan diksi yang tepat, tidak menyakitkan, dengan kalimat yang santun. Kama qala Allah Ta'ala fil Qur'anil Azim qaulan layyin. Jadi ini untuk kawan-kawan di Prodi KPI, ada beberapa diksi yang menarik yang telah Allah gariskan, yang telah Allah berikan kepada kita. Ada qaulan layyina, kata-kata yang lemah lembut. Qaulan syadida, perkataan yang tegas namun tidak menyakiti. Qaulan baligha, dengan redaksi yang cerdas, tidak memprovokasi. Yang ketiga, at-tabyin qabla al-ifki wa taqdim. Jadi mengedepankan dalam bahasa agama klarifikasi atau tabayun, checks and balances di antara sumber berita, di antara sumber informasi, harus ada checks and balances. Kita tahu sedikit flashback timbulnya berita-berita bohong yang sudah diprediksi oleh Rasulullah, dan juga Allah telah menegaskan bahwa kita untuk melakukan klarifikasi ketika datang berita yang tidak akurat. Idza ja'akum fasiqun binaba'in fatabayyanu. Ketika telah datang kepadamu berita yang dibawa oleh sumber berita yang tidak jelas, bahasa Al-Quran, fasik, fatabayyanu. Carilah klarifikasinya, bertabayunlah. Dengan demikian informasinya akurat, berita yang disajikan juga akurat, faktual, seperti yang tadi di nomor 1. Berikutnya, prinsip yang lain yang harus dimiliki oleh seorang jurnalis muslim. Khalid dhihn, ainur ridho dalam bahasa Arab, yakni ba'idun anis sukhti wal intiqam, jauh dari balas dendam, jauh dari motivasi kedengkian, jauh dari motivasi yang sengaja merusak. Tidak boleh. Jurnalis Muslim dia harus memiliki integritas yang tinggi, yang dalam bahasa yang lebih simpel, akhlak, ya, akhlak. Itulah barangkali distingsi sekaligus prinsip-prinsip dasar yang harus dimiliki oleh para jurnalis Muslim ini. Saya berharap workshop, international workshop multimedia journalism yang digelar oleh Prodi Komunikasi Penyiaran Islam. Ini memberikan pencerahan yang bagus, pencerahan yang sangat penting bagi kami semua, bagi fakultas, bagi kawan-kawan di jurusan Prodi Komunikasi dan Penyiaran Islam serta kawan-kawan student di departemen ini. Terima kasih kepada narasumber yang telah berkenan meluangkan waktu dan berbagi ilmu. I'm sorry, kami tidak bisa memberi balasan apa-apa. Tapi kami akan ikuti apa yang nanti narasumber sampaikan. Dan ini merupakan satu penghormatan bagi kami. Mbak Riza from Belgia and Mrs. Yasin, Amrin Yasin from Pakistan. Biloghah al-Injiliziyah, biloghah al-Arabiyah, biloghah Hindi, maybe be Hindi. Mungkin dengan bahasa-bahasa India bagus. Sekaligus di sini ada wahana untuk cross culture. Pakistan dan Indonesia. India dan Indonesia. Mungkin demikian. Selamat sekali lagi. Salut. Dan mari bersama-sama kita memohon ridha kepada Allah dengan berdoa agar International Workshop Multimedia Journalism yang digelar pada siang ini berjalan sukses, memperoleh hasil yang maksimal dan ilmu yang
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Abdul Halim, for your very inspiring speech. And we invite you to leave the Zoom room anytime. It is an honor for us to have you today, sir. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you to all of the participants, please turn on your video because we are going to take a picture together. This is the photo session. Please turn on your video. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in my command, we can take a picture together. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I think one more time. In my mark. 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you for your attention. And without waiting any longer, let me introduce our moderator today. She is one of the lecturer in Islamic Broadcasting and Communication. She is currently taking PhD in Social Science of Universitas Airlangga. She got her master's degree from Chinese Culture University, Taiwan, 2015. She has a lot of experience and knowledge in her career as a journalist. She was a reporter and editor in Deteksi Jawa Post for 4 years. and she was a presenter of religion TV program in Arab TV. And last but not least, she was an assistant editor and intern reporter in the China Post, Taiwan. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Fikri Zahria Emeraldine. To Miss Fikri, the screen is yours.
Okay, thank you, Ansori. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon and good morning to people in the Belgium. Honorable mentioned, the Dean of the Faculty of Dakwah and Communication UIN Sunan Ampel, Surabaya, the keynote speakers of our event, Mrs. Riza and Mrs. Anbrin, whom I respect, lecturers and the entire academic community of the Faculty of Dakwah and Communication UIN Sunan Ampel, Surabaya, and the international workshop participants whom I am proud of. First of all, let's thank to Allah who has been giving us some mercies and blessings so we can attend this meeting without any trouble. Secondly, may salawat and salam be with our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has guided us from the darkness to the lightness in the world as well as in the next world. On this day, I am Fikri as the moderator, will guide the international workshop organized by the Department of Islamic Broadcasting and Communication, Faculty of Dakwah and Communication, UIN Sunan Ampel, Surabaya, which has a big theme, Multimedia Journalism. This is the very first time for this major to hold an international workshop. Hopefully, this activity will run smoothly, full of benefits, and blessed by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. All right, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, before introducing our speakers, let's do a quiz. You need to answer several questions provided by the committee. Committee, could you show the quiz? So, for make it easy, you can use another gadget for opening the Internet Explorer or anything else you have in your gadget, and then type kahoot.it. Jadi kalian bisa menggunakan HP atau device yang lain, silakan buka www.kahoot.it. Kita akan melakukan quiz. Okay, are you ready? Yeah. After you enter or click Kahoot, you have to submit the game pin 963433. Okay, we will do it slowly ya. Silakan dimasukkan nomor 963433. Oke, baru 2 yang bergabung, ada Rafika, kemudian siapa ini? Mama Isabel. Wah, hebat sekali ya, mama-mama juga semangat untuk mengikuti workshop kali ini. Silakan yang lainnya, yuk bergabung, at least 10 ya. Kita akan coba cek ombak dulu biar semangat ya sebelum kita mulai workshop kali ini. Come on, we are still waiting another participant. Please come join us. Okay, already 6. 7. Okay, 3 more. Come on. Okay, 2 more. Okay, 10. Oh, 9. Okay, 11. Okay, I think everyone is ready. So for the committee, please show the quiz. Silakan jawab dengan benar dan cepat ya. Yang tidak termasuk unsur 5W plus 1H adalah what, where, which is, or how. Ya, dan jawabannya adalah which is. Ingat, ini adalah yang tidak termasuk ya. Second, number two, dalam proses verifikasi data, seorang jurnalis sedang memastikan titik-titik. Panjangnya berita, bagusnya gambar, pendeknya berita, atau akurasi berita. Ya, yang betul adalah akurasi berita. Oke, congrats Ima, still leading the point ya. The next one, berikut ini yang termasuk jenis-jenis jurnalistik adalah jurnalistik bayaran, jurnalistik elektronik, jurnalistik abal-abal, atau jurnalistik metal. And the answer is, iya, jurnalistik elektronik. Wah, Anissa menyalip nih, memimpin. Oke, next one. Apa sebutan dari dakwah dengan tulisan? Dakwah bil qalam, dakwah bil hikmah, dakwah bil lisan, atau dakwah bil hal? Oke, everyone answer this correctly. Oke, selamat Anissa masih memimpin. The last question. Manakah yang tepat mendeskripsikan peran jurnalisme dakwah? Merawat pesan, keaslian pesan dakwah, menyampaikan ceramah, sebagai pelengkap berita, atau sebagai alat komunikasi? Mirip-mirip ya jawabannya. Who will answer this correctly? Iya, yang the most correct one is merawat keaslian pesan dakwah. Oke, that's the quiz. Congratulations for Ima as the third winner, and then we have the second one now, and the first one. Congratulations. This is it, Anissa. Oke. Oke, stay tune ya sampai akhir acara ini karena nanti kami juga akan menyelenggarakan game yang sama dan nanti akan ada hadiahnya. We will give you 100,000 rupiah for the best and the fastest one. Maka saya akan melanjutkan dengan introducing our keynote speakers today. Okay, the first one, we have Riza Roidila Mufti SIKOM MA. Hi, how are you, Riza? How can I call you? Mrs. Dila or Riza?
You can call me Riza or Dila, whichever you love.
Okay, thank you. Do you like living in Belgium?
Yeah.
You seem very
I'm
happy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Mrs. Dila is an Indonesian citizen who is currently living in Belgium to undertake her master's degree for the second time. She has graduated from Master of Arts, International Multimedia Journalism in Newcastle University, United Kingdom, and Bachelor degree of Communication Science in Erlangga University, Surabaya. She has received in 2012 held in Yogyakarta, Indonesia. She has worked as a journalist in various mass media, from Jawa Post as a news editor, JJ Radio as broadcaster and journalist, Pop-Up Newsroom UK as contributor journalist, and Press Association in United Kingdom as trainee journalist. Her last job was a multimedia journalist at the Jakarta Post. She used to produce video journalistic content on daily basis for the Jakarta Post. She pitched story idea, conducted interviews, wrote scripts, producing and editing video for multimedia content. And she also involved in developing the Jakarta Post mobile journalism division. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, next, I will introduce you to the second presenter or second keynote speaker. The next speaker is Mrs. Anbrin Yasin Khan. She is my dear friend from Pakistan. Hi Anbrin, how are you? I hope everything is okay ya Anbrin. Okay, Anbrin is a writer for a various mass media. She has graduated as a Master of Science of Sociology from University of Wahchan. She is currently taking a PhD program in social science of Erlangga University, Surabaya. She is known as a professional trainer and a goal-driven professional in social sector with significant academic knowledge. She worked at Paiman Alumni Trust as program officer. She has also worked in Human Resource Learning Center as manager business development initiative in 2018, and she used to be a research writer and media monitor of Trust of Democratic Education and Accountability. She used to scan newspaper and identify relevant in these incidents of political and electoral violence. She also ensured that the completeness and accuracy of gathered data regarding political and electoral violence. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now let's move to the presentation section. Without any further, let's hear an explanation about the first material entitled Multimedia Journalism. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Riza Roidila.
Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you so much for Mbak Fikri for the introduction. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah, good afternoon for everyone who are in Indonesia right now, and hello for everybody wherever you are at the moment. First of all, thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for inviting me in this amazing occasion. My name is Riza Roidila. You can call me Riza or Dila. And on today's occasion, I will be presenting about multimedia journalism. And to be specific, I will also talk about multimedia journalism and how to master it by utilizing the gadget on your hand, which is our smartphone. Okay, so today I will divide my presentation into two parts. The first part, basically I will talk about the basic knowledge about multimedia journalism, and I will also share a little story about how is Indonesian journalism today and how is the Indonesian journalism practice today. And also in the second part, we will move on to the workshop itself, which is about multimedia journalism. Okay, and from now on, I will share screen, my presentation for you all. Can you see my presentation?
Okay, I can.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so if we talk about journalism today, I think it is inseparable from the concept of multimedia journalism. I think our MC has a good introduction about what is multimedia journalism. By definition, multimedia journalism is journalism practice. It is a way of storytelling using two or more formats. It can be the combination of text and image, or text, image, and video. It can be the combination of text, image, and infographic, for example, and it is presented in multimedia platform. So as we know that right now, Indonesian media organization are all going online. They present not only in single platform, for example, not only on newspaper or not only on television, but multi-platform. Kompas Daily, for example, they do not only have their newspaper, but also have their online version, kompas.id, and then the Kompas Media group has this kompas.com, And media such as the Jakarta Post, they also not only present on newspaper, but also they have website as well, the jakartapost.com. Tempo has Tempo Daily, and they also has their website, tempo.co. And basically all media organizations are now going online, and they present in multi-platform way. And on the other hand, they also have their own social media where they also share their content and their stories. Okay, if we talk about the practice of multimedia journalism, I think it speaks a lot about how fast journalism has changed over the few years. I think comparing journalism today with journalism 8 or 10 years ago is very different, because I still remember when I was a journalist at the Taxi Jawa Pos with Mbak Fikri. The 8 years ago, around 8 years ago, when I was in my undergraduate studies in Erlangga University, I still remember that at that time, as a journalist, I was only expected to write news, and then I was only expected to maybe to interview or to cover events, but the basic skill that I need to have is only writing, and the product is news story published on newspaper like this, and only written news. And on the other hand, 8 years ago, when you came to the newsroom, you will find that there are a lot of people or journalists coming to the newsroom. During the day, they will go to cover event or issue, and in the evening, they would go to the newsroom to type or to write the story using their computer. But that was 8 or 10 years ago. Because if we talk about journalism today, I think I will show you a video, and maybe this can give you an image of how today's journalists are working with their digital tools and their gadget. Okay, we will watch this video together. That was a very short video from me. So this is one of my journalist colleague in the field when I was working for the Jakarta Post. And she works for a media organization in Jakarta. And this is us, basically after covering event. It is about airlines, and we didn't go back to the newsroom after covering this event, because by using our gadget, by using the device that we have, sometimes laptop, mostly smartphone, we directly write what we got from the press event, from the coverage. So and I think it can give you it can gives you a little bit image that right now journalists, they do not really need to go back to the newsroom to write their story. They do not need to write the story in front of their computer in the newsroom, because they are expected to work faster using the gadget that they have. And normally after covering event or after attending press event, we directly write what we got from there. Because imagine Jakarta has this traffic jam and the congestion everywhere. You don't need any time to go back to the newsroom and write your news in front of your computer, because otherwise other media will just publish their news and your editor will ask you, where is your news? So If you talk about journalists today, they are expected to work faster using the digital tools or the gadget they have. Okay, sorry. And what is the product? If in the past, the product will be written news published on newspaper, and now the product will be in different platform. The text for newspaper, my friend also write text for the newspaper, but also she wrote text also for the website, for the online platform. And then we are also expected to complement our text with photo and video to be published on the website. So the way we work has changed, and then the way how news are published also has changed. So if we talk about journalism today, I think there are two important points that I want to highlight. Basically, journalists today must be digital savvy, and then must have multimedia skill, at least not only writing, but also at least take picture or video. So if I can conclude how journalists today, they are very digital savvy and technology savvy, and then smartphone is their best friend. And basically smartphone is the best reporting tool, because with only smartphone in your hand, this one gadget can help you in taking notes, can help you in recording interview, and can help you in even writing news. As you saw in my previous video, my friend, she wrote the story using smartphone. So not even laptop. So but some of journalists also still using laptop, but many of them are using smartphone. And then journalists today also expected to work faster by utilizing technology. After covering event, we need to write it down on the spot and then send it to our editor on the spot. There is no time to go back to the newsroom, and we have to do it fast. And then the third one, journalists today are also expected to have multimedia skill, as I said before, not only writing news, but at least you need to take photos. And sometimes you need to take video as well. And then even in my latest position as a multimedia journalist, I was assigned to edit video as well. And why this is important? We have to note that newsroom, they don't have number of photographer or number of videographer as much as they have journalists. So basically journalists need to be independent as well, because there are a lot of events happen in a day, in one day, and there isn't enough photographer. So when you cover event and you go there alone without companionship from photographer or videographer, you have to take video and photo by yourself, because that is very important. Okay, next. So this is one of my latest work, my latest multimedia project that I involved during my time at the Jakarta Post. And in this video, you can see that this is multimedia content where you can see we combine text with video and photos, and we present it in a multimedia platform. So I will show a little bit part of this project for you. So sorry. So it has text. It also has video and image, photos. And you can also play the video.
Pandemi COVID-19 sangat berdampak karena penghasilan utama saya dari event. Ada sekitar 5 project event yang postpone atau dibatalkan karena pandemi. Jadi ya berdampak besar bagi freelancer seperti saya dan teman-teman saya.
The COVID-19 pandemic has hit Indonesia's economy and workforce with millions of people reported to have lost their jobs and seen their incomes reduced. Around 3.7 million people have lost their jobs this year, according to National Development Planning Agency.
Okay, that just a little bit video. If you want to watch the full video or the full coverage, you can just find the Reimagining Future project at the Jakarta Post, or I also provide the links here. So basically, that what I said before, multimedia journalism content, they combine text and then video and then images or two or more media format. You don't need to even go to YouTube. You can directly play the video on the website. And so multimedia journalism content usually very interactive because it has a lot of type of content. Okay, as I told you before, now in today's journalism, I think smartphone become a super tool for journalists. If you see the picture in this section, this picture I took it by myself. Basically, we interview a government official and everybody use their smartphone. I mean, just I think 2 people using the old recorder, and most of the journalists use their smartphone. And usually after this occasion, we call it as doorstop when we interview people like this. We directly write the news on the spot. And then why smartphone become a super tool for journalists? Because we can take notes with our smartphone, writing news, doing transcribe from the interview, and recording voiceover, taking photo, taking video, editing video, delivering news to editor, and uploading the news story in CMS system. In my video before, if you heard the voiceover, the narration that I say, it is actually recorded using smartphone as well. So everything, I think most of my journalism work is done by the help of my smartphone. Okay, I'll forget to tell you that actually in doing this project, I do every stages almost by myself, from writing story and then making the video, editing the video, and yeah, so that's basically a multimedia journalist. Okay, I told you that smartphone become a super tool for journalists. That's why there is this emerging practice called mobile journalism, or you can also call it as Mojo. And we will talk about this on the workshop in my next session. And basically, Mojo is a way of reporting and storytelling where journalists mainly use their smartphone to create multimedia stories. And this is very interesting. And we will learn to do it together today. And why mobile journalism is important? Because as I said before, it is easy and handy, it is efficient, it has speed and mobility. You don't need to go back to the newsroom, you just can directly type your work using smartphone or maybe your laptop. And it also comes with lower cost. Imagine if you have to buy a professional video camera to take videos, or you have to buy professional camera to take photos. But right now, I think you can do everything, like taking photos and taking good video using only your smartphone. And it's Mojo time. So we are entering our second session, which is the workshop. I will tell you the basic of mobile journalism and how to make use the best of your smartphone to produce journalistic content. But before that, I want you to watch this video. I'm sorry for there are a lot of video in this presentation, but I think that is the best way to show you. And this video, as a disclaimer, this video I took the video using smartphone. I did the voiceover also using smartphone, but in the editing, I need a little help from my laptop to edit it. But all the video in this video are taken using smartphone, and we will watch it together. Okay, I just edit this video yesterday, so enjoy.
Hidup dan merantau di luar negeri kerap membuat warga negara Indonesia rindu kepada produk-produk khas tanah air. Di kota Brussels, Belgia, sebuah supermarket Asia yang berada di pusat kota menjadi jujukan bagi warga Indonesia untuk mencari produk makanan asal Nusantara. Di supermarket ini, pembeli bisa dengan mudah menemukan berbagai macam barang, mulai dari kecap manis, bumbu-bumbu instan, hingga mie goreng dari merek asal Indonesia. Supermarket Asia terbesar di Belgia ini juga menjual bahan makanan seperti tempe, tahu, hingga rempah-rempah yang banyak dicari orang Indonesia seperti kunyit dan lengkuas.
Kemudian pilihan tepat buat belanja produk-produk Asia gitu, dan itu paling lengkap di Brussels. Kita bisa nemu sambal ABC, lalu juga Indomie, apa lagi ya, tempe, juga ada santan juga, jadi dan juga bumbu-bumbu instan kayak bambu gitu.
Barang-barang di supermarket ini dibanderol dengan harga relatif lebih mahal jika dibandingkan dengan harga di Indonesia. Satu potong tempe misalnya dihargai 2,10 euro atau setara dengan Rp36.000. Satu potong tahu dijual seharga 1,85 euro atau setara dengan Rp32.000. Sedangkan ting-ting jahe ini dijual 3,35 euro atau Rp58.000. Selain menjual produk-produk dari Indonesia, toko ini juga menjual barang-barang dari negara Asia lainnya seperti Thailand, Korea Selatan, Tiongkok, dan Jepang. Riza Roidila melaporkan langsung dari Brussels, Belgia.
Yeah, that is the video. Oh, sorry. Okay. And that video, I made it by myself. I took all the video by myself, and I took it by only using my smartphone, and I also record the voiceover using my smartphone. So by showing this video for you, I hope I can show you that making video journalism using our gadget, our smartphone, is very possible. And today we will learn it how to do it together. Okay. Next. Okay. If you want to make a video journalism like what I made about Asian supermarket in Brussels, we should know what is the basic tool for Mojo or for mobile journalism. Of course, we need smartphone because this is the main tool to do mobile journalism. And another important thing is earphone with mic. This is very important. Why? Because when you interview people, you need to use your earphone with mic to interview people. So you will get a clear voice from them and without any noise. And then basically for smartphone, what you can use, I think both Android and iPhone can make a good Mojo product. So whatever is your smartphone, that's no problem because you still can make a good mobile journalism content with your smartphone. But ideally, smartphone should have a memory of 65 gigabyte for Mojo. But if you don't have 64 gigabyte, that's okay as well. If you only have 32 or 10, that is okay as well. But why we need, ideally you should have 64, because usually we need to take many videos. To make 2 minutes video that I made about Asian supermarket, I needed to take around 60 videos only to make that 2 minutes of journalism video. So the more short, the more video you take, usually it will result on a better quality of video journalism. And another important things is internet connection, especially if you are assigned to cover eventual event. I mean, like mass protest or labor protest, where you have to report directly to your editor. You really need to have internet connection. But if you make a video journalism about like Asian supermarket that I did before, I think if you don't have internet connection right at the moment, that's no problem, because it is basically soft news or feature, so you can edit it at home and publish it at any time. You don't need to be fast. Okay, next. So we should have smartphone, earphone with mic, and sometimes you need internet connection as well. Okay, this is more tool that maybe will be important for you if you are going deeper into mobile journalism. But if you don't have these things, that is okay, because the most important thing is only your smartphone and your mic with your earphone with mic. If you don't have tripod, that's okay. If you don't have light or additional lenses or good microphone, that is okay. At least you have your smartphone and earphone. Okay, so we already know the basic tools to make mobile journalism, but where does the story come from? Basically, I can tell that the story can come from anywhere and from anyone, but there is 3 points that I think you can highlight. The story can come from news or event or issue. For example, there is labor protest or flower festival maybe, or a disaster, something like that. Yeah, it is categorized as a news or event. And then we can also get the story from people, from inspiring people, from people with unique story, and it can be anyone. If you find there is these people whose story you think that people should know about them, yeah, just do it. For example, in Yogyakarta, for example, there is a pedicab driver who also has small library in his pedicab, and this is making a very good journalistic video as well, because this pedicab driver is very unique, and because he wants to share and increase literacy among his passengers. So this is very unique. And also we can the story can come from informative or interesting story. For example, unique places, informative guide, or even funny story like this rhino bathing on the mud. So anything can be a story. And the video about Asian supermarket in Brussels that I did before, I think it is categorized as informative story, because I tell people, okay, there is this Asian supermarket which is very helpful for Indonesian living in Brussels, and that is informative. Okay, so next, how to work efficiently with your phone. And this is very important if you want to make a video journalistic content by with the help of your smartphone. you need to prepare. Preparation is the key of the process. Because I need to remind you that when you are a journalist and you are assigned to cover, for example, to cover mass protests or to cover certain event, the event can happen very fast. You don't need to, you don't have enough time to think. So you have to prepare yourself before going to the field. What scene you want to take, what video you want to take, you have to make a list, because that is very important. Okay, the first part, how to work efficiently with your phone. First, decide what is your story about and what is the focus of your story. And like I said before, it can be anything. For example, a story about Asian supermarket in Brussels that I made before, or for example, you are interested to make a video journalism about affected canteen vendor in UINSA, because since this COVID-19 pandemic, they cannot sell their food and their meal to the student, because no student going to university anymore, and you want to make a story about them and how the COVID-19 pandemic affect them. It can be anything. And after decide what is your story and what is the focus of your story, the second part is identify elements that you need to make the story. For example, about the Asian supermarket in Brussels, I will identify some element. Okay, I cover about supermarket, so I need to go to the supermarket and I need to take the video of the supermarket. I need to take the video about what products they sell. I need to take the video about the condition of the supermarket and telling people how does the supermarket looks like. Okay, I need to take video about the supermarket. And then the second, oh yeah, so because I'm telling people about this supermarket, which is very helpful for Indonesian living in Brussels, I need to interview one Indonesian or two Indonesian who are the customer of the supermarket. Okay, so I need video of the supermarket and I need interview two or one people who are the customer from the supermarket. Okay, I think that's all what I have. And also I need to make a voiceover as well. So you already identify what element in the video that you need. After that, you have to make a list of shots you want to take. And for example, you interview people, you also have to list people you want to interview. And this is very important because, for example, you go to the supermarket to cover things, you need to do it fast, because if you take so much time at the supermarket, you will disturb everybody, and maybe the manager will ask you to leave. So you have to be very effective, take video as effective as possible. And how to do it, just make a list, the shot that you want to take. So you don't need to redo and retake videos because you already have the list. And we will talk about what kind of shot and what kind of list that is very important. And then the third, prepare narrative story for a voiceover. Actually, you can make a narrative story after taking videos. That's no problem. But at least you have this draft of the story. At least you have the imagination of, okay, what's the story about, and at least the draft of the story. And also another important point is think about your opening shoot, because usually it is very important to capture people attention to watch your video until the end. So preparation is very important. And this is the structure of or flow of the story. If you see my video about the supermarket, it is very short, very concise, but I believe that I have already told what I wanted to tell people. And I told people about what kind of product they sell, and then the average price of Indonesian product in the supermarket, and how to make an efficient story. You at least need these three parts: start, middle, or conflict, and end. In the start, basically, it is about the opening of the video, the introduction of places or event or figures that you want to tell in the story. And then in the middle, basically it explains about the context or about the activity, explanation why this is important. And then the end is the closing. In the video about supermarket, the introduction is when I said that there is this Asian supermarket in Belgium, which is very helpful for Indonesian. And then in the middle, explaining the context, I told you that this is the biggest supermarket in Belgium. They sell Indonesian product. People can find Indonesian product like them, like sambal ABC or ketchup manis, or they can even find tempe and tahu, something like that. And then the end is like to wrap all the story that we already mentioned before. Okay, and this part is very important. And like I said before making video journalism, you need a draft. I think when you make a draft, you can start by breaking down about this in the start. For example, what do you want to talk about in the start, and then what is the middle, what is the conflict, what is you want to explain to people, and then the end. And that's all. Very concise, sharp, and you tell everyone what you want to tell. And this is basic rules of mobile journalism, but more technical. Okay. This is basic rule or grammar, because this is workshop. So hopefully, I hope that you can learn something about something more technique from this session. Okay. So to make a video or to take video using your smartphone, the most important thing is hold your smartphone horizontally. So something like this. Don't take vertical unless you are assigned to take video vertically. Like, Instagram story, it is vertical, and sometimes journalists also take their video in vertical way because they are asked to take it vertically. But if you want to make a video for a YouTube, for a platform like television, you need to take it like this, horizontally, because this is more visually comfortable for our eyes. And then another important thing is remember the rule of third. Basically, rule of third is a compositional guideline or grid lines that breaks down images into third. So there are total 9 squares in your phone. If you open your camera, you will find there is a grid lines, and this is not made without any function. This grid line has function, and it is very important if you want to take video. When you interview people, you have to put the people not on the middle, because if you put them on the middle, I mean, in the term of composition, it is not really visually comfortable for our eyes. So we have to put them here. And if they facing on if they stand on the left side, we have to give space on the right side. And then like this, as the opposite, if the person that you interview on the right side, you have to give space on the left side. And this is very important because when you watch interview and the people is just at this position, it will make your eyes more comfortable to see it. And then another important point is 10-second rule. What is this? Basically, this is 10 seconds for every shot. For example, you take the video of the situation of the supermarket. You have to take it for 10 seconds. Don't take it for 2 seconds because it's not enough. don't take it for 3 seconds. It is also not enough, because why? Sometimes when you take video, not all video is good. Sometimes it is shaky in the beginning. Sometimes it is not having focus in the beginning. So by taking video for 10 seconds, it gives you a space to get a good video. At least from the 10-second video, you can get at least 5-second good video, or 4 seconds video without any shaky movement. So this is very important. That's why you need a big stories on your phone, because you really need to take a lot of videos if you want to make a good video journalism only using your smartphone. And then this is must have shot, established, medium, close up, extreme close up, and I will explain it later what is this kind of shot, but this is important shot that at least you should have. And another important point is avoid zoom. If you made a video journalism, I think it is better to avoid zoom. Or if you need to take it closer, just go closer. But this is for reporting in the good condition, right? In the like when you reporting, when you take video of, for example, supermarket, when this is very comfortable event. But if you cover something that is really dangerous for yourself as a journalist, for example, mass protest, and there is this clash between between a police and the protester, I think you have to step away or keep the distance. So if you need to zoom, so that's okay if you are at this event. Okay, next. This is what I told you before, type of shot that you can take in your video. There is a very important quote: good video consists of many different angles, shot, and action. So the more shot, the more situation you got or you capture, it will tell more into your story. Because sometimes if you only use one long video on your video journalism, people will also like, they don't really want to watch it for a long time. So that's why people eyes need different angle, need different shot to make them stay to watch the video until the end. And this is some shot that is very important, established shot that usually can capture a situation. For example, supermarket. The established shot is like you shoot about the condition, the situation of the supermarket. At least people will know that, okay, the setting is in the supermarket, something like this. And then medium shot. Okay, you are taking a little bit closer, maybe something like this. And then sometimes you need also close up. You close up to the product, and then sometimes you also need over shoulder just to make it more engaging. And then action reaction shot is also very important. For example, if you are in the market and there is people buying and talking to the seller, you can also take that shot, because that is important. So any detail shot that help to build the story is very important. And I think this is also important. Sequence makes story. So this is maybe a little bit explanation about the type of shot. You can find this type of explanation about type of shot on internet. This is extreme long shot, medium shot, close up, extreme close up. And if you have this on your video, that will result on a very good video. Okay, we already talked about this type of shot, and I want you to watch one more video. So this video, I made this video a few years ago, and this is the very first video mobile video journalism that I made. So it was still very amateur, but you can see that it is possible to make to make journalism content only using our smartphone. And this video I also edited using editing apps on my smartphone. But I'm sorry if the video is very amateur. Okay, we will watch it together.
As a tourist destination city, Bangkok is a big city with heavy traffic. To make sure its visitors can travel from one place to another, Bangkok is taking its public transportation system seriously. This is Rosette Adele, a traveler from the Philippines who found it easy to travel around Bangkok using Bangkok SkyTrain or BTS.
Bangkok is really known for traffic, but their transportation, like the train, the BTS, and the SkyTrain, is really efficient. It's easy to navigate because they have map, and you just have the card, so you can go in and out the trains. The stations are located and linked to establishments, business establishments. That's why it's good.
As of today, there are total 43 stations connecting 51 kilometers track, and the BTS cover almost all area in the city.
So this is a mobile journalism video, my first mobile journalism video, and all the process from the from taking videos, from making narrative story, recording voiceover, and editing the video. I use my smartphone only. And as you can see, if I break down the element of this story, for example, this one, it is established shot, like it shows you the condition, the situation. Oh, this is Bangkok. This is Bangkok, and then this is also this is condition in train station, and also this is also established shot about traffic jam. And then I also take detailed shot on the at the train station. This is people passing by in the train station, and then I also, this is what I said as a detail. This is not important, but actually if you take this detail, this will make your video more engaging. So you need this kind of detail. If you, for example, you take video of your campus, after you take the situation of your campus, and you also take the detail, for example, you take the video of the signature, like the signature in front of your campus. For example, there is this letter, what is your faculty, for example, like that. And so this is also very important. And this is a condition at the train station when people about to get the train. This is, you can see the situation. You can also see the train coming. And this is a little bit closer. So you focus on the passenger taking the train. So there is a different shot. And this is what I said as rule of third. If we make a third grid lines on this, you can see that we interview people under, if the people we interview is on the right side, we will give the space in the live, on the live. And this is what I said as over shoulder. So like you take video from the shoulder point of view, and this can enrich your video. And what I said before, sequence makes a story. So I took video of this person buying tickets and then tapping the ticket on the train gate and then going to the train. So it is video makes sequence and sequence makes story. This is what I said before. This is detail shot from different angle. And if you talk about my the video about supermarket, you can see like this is the situation of one section of the supermarket, and then this is a little bit closer, and then this is close up. This is also close up to the product. So you need that kind of shot. You need different shot to make a good video. Okay, and this is basically editing tools for Mojo. If you prefer to use mobile editing apps, there are several options like KineMaster, Quick, WeVideo, or iMovie. There is also cloud-based or online-based editing app. Sorry, I type it wrong. I mean Animoto, not Kinemoto. And the last, I think more professional editing tools like Adobe Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro, because it really helps you to make a good editing on your video. The video about Bangkok was edited using KineMaster, this one, but the video about supermarket I edited using Premiere Pro. So it comes with different quality as well. And this is the last technical tips that I want to tell you today. If you want to make a mobile journalism video, first start the story with a great and engaging pictures and shot, because sometimes it can capture people's attention to watch your video from start to the end. For example, in my supermarket video, my first shot is the gate, this popular gate in Brussels, the Cinquantenaire gate. This is very iconic in Brussels. And then fast cut editing is making video more interesting. If you see, my video has this, I make it like cut to cut, not too long. So I just show different shots, and it will make a very interactive, more I think it's attractive to your eye. And then the second part, if you can edit the video first and put caption or voice over later. So you can just edit the video first, just put a one by one video and just make it in order, and then put voice over. So the voice over will follow the video. But you can also make the narrative story first, record voice over, and later edit the video based on the story that you write. The video about traffic and about train in Bangkok, I edit the video first and then I put the caption later. So my narrative story is following the video. But my video about the supermarket, I make the story first, I make the script. After that, I edit the video. So the video is following the script. And then the third, deliver narrative story, voice over in a concise and short way. Don't forget to give context. This is very important because I think more concise story is much more, I think it's better, especially if your story is about supermarket or about train station in Bangkok, except your story is investigative story which you need a very long explanation to your story. And then avoid ineffective use of words and sentences. Don't reuse same word or don't repeat sentence, make it concise. And then record the voiceover clearly and speak clearly. And you can use it by using your smartphone. But don't forget, when you record your voice using your smartphone, use your earphone with mic. And you just can do it like this and then just record your voice. And also, natural sound is the best music. In my train station video, I use natural sound like traffic jam sound and then people sound, passenger, the sound of passenger at the train station. And on my supermarket video, I also use a little of natural sound as well. But I also use music as well. That's also no problem. But remember, don't overdo the music background. You have to make it low, the voice lower than your narrative or your voiceover. Okay, I think that's all from me. But I want to show you one more video, because if we talk about journalism or as a tool for dakwah and as a tool for give voice to the voiceless, I think, and how to make a multimedia journalism that can give a voice to the voiceless or can bring message. And there is this one video that I really love. This video, this is the combination of mobile journalism and citizen journalism. This video is a multimedia journalism video from the Jakarta Post. I was the reporter, but I made the script, but there is another editor who edited this video. But you can see from this video, we basically combine mobile journalism with citizen journalism, and how journalism actually can be a tool to give the voice for the voiceless and to tell important story, something like this.
Jadi perjuangan mereka tuh sangat mereka sangat semangat sekali untuk pergi ke sekolah. Walaupun kondisinya banjir, mereka tetap ingin sampai di sekolah walaupun dalam keadaan basah kuyup. Dan aksesnya itu memang cuma satu-satunya lewat jalur pantai, nggak ada akses lain.
Beceka?
Kita menuju ke air kulit.
Setiap harinya kita lewat pantai, karena memang tidak ada alternatif lain selain itu. Dan sangat berbahaya ketika pada musim penghujan atau musim banjir. Kekhawatiran kami satu, pada musim seperti ini, pada musim penghujan seperti ini, yaitu takut ketika pada saat mereka menyeberang dan harus ke bawah banjir. Memang sesuai yang sudah diinstruksikan bahwa kami melakukan proses pembelajaran dari rumah. Tapi mengingat di desa kami itu untuk jaringan internet sangat susah, jadi tidak berjalan efektif ya. Orang tua mereka juga tidak mampu untuk membeli mereka smartphone untuk anak-anaknya itu proses belajar dari rumah itu orang tuanya nggak bisa beli. Makanya kita inisiatif sendiri, para guru-guru itu kita door to door ngajarnya. Jadi kita dari rumah ke rumah.
Cerita pengalaman setiap hari pergi sekolah dan pulang itu kayak bagaimana?
Kalau pergi ke sekolah jam 6 sampai di sekolah jam 7 karena 1 jam perjalanan. Biasanya jalan kaki kalau pergi sekolah.
Takut tidak kalau lewat sungai-sungai?
Takut ibu, apalagi kalau banjir.
Bagaimana sekolah di masa pandemi?
Enak bareng sudah ada HP.
Oke Nanda, apa yang bikin semangat ke sekolah tiap hari?
Karena ada teman di sekolah banyak.
Karena di sekolah
kami untuk buat pemerintah yaitu mungkin pendidikan di Indonesia bagian timur itu lebih diperhatikan lagi untuk akses jalan dan juga jembatan itu yang paling penting karena memang ketika ada jalan kemudian tidak ada jembatan juga sama saja bohong karena di sini banyak sekali sungai-sungai atau kali-kali besar di sini dan ketika banjir itu sangat fatal.
Okay. That's the video, and if you talk about how great technology it is right now and to provide journalism a tool to do it the impossible, I think we have to thanks to technology because even this video can happen because of technology. I cannot go to Maluku to cover this event, and this also happened during the pandemic. So, but I found the teacher and I contacted her through social media and I asked her to record interview. I sent the question and she recorded the interview and she sent it using internet. So basically, and this happened because there is this technology. If you talk about how to make use of technology as a tool to do our journalism, and I think this is one of the example. Okay, that's all from me. I hope you can get insight from this session, and I just want to tell you that practice makes perfect. I also still need practice a lot. That's why during my time here in Belgium, I still make journalism content, and so maybe grab your phone and you can just start making your own video journalism. Thank you for the time, and yeah, I will stop sharing my screen. That's all.
Wow, what a very fruitful presentation. Thank you very much to our first speaker, Riza Roidila. And okay, ladies and gentlemen, we just listened to a very fruitful presentation or explanation about multimedia journalism. If you have any question, please write it in the chat section, or you may deliver your own question by raising hand in advance. Okay, while waiting our next speaker, we will do some refreshment or just take a look at some memes about journalism after this. Okay, well, let's take a look at the memes another time. After this, we will listen to the next presentation, which is writing as a dakwah. Before we starting our presentation, I would like to greet our second speaker, Mrs. Anbrin Yasin Khan. Hello, Anbrin. Are you ready? Hi. Anbrin is my dearest friend from Pakistan. I think she is also having a friend that joined our Zoom meeting right now. Okay, I would like to greet again Anbrin. Hi. Wah. Cek.
Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear my voice, Anbrin?
Yeah.
I can hear you, but
Yeah,
maybe the
okay.
volume is a little bit low so that you have
Okay.
to, yeah.
I improve it. Yeah.
Yeah,
How are
turn on
you?
the volume. Yes.
Sorry for the disturbance. My camera is not working. I just updated my window and my camera and my
Oh my God.
phone. Yeah.
That's
I'm trying.
bothersome. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I guess my presentation will be working. Yeah. I'm sure.
Think as a dakwah. Okay. Okay, thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, let's please welcome Anbrin Yasin Khan.
I'll start my presentation in I think it will be quite okay that the presentation. I will share my screen now. Yes. Now the presentation is the topic is Dharma. So first of all, we'll see what is Dharma. Writing is Dharma, and what do we mean by Dharma? Dharma in media, and what my presentation contents will be writing as Dharma, what is Dharma, how we need to write on Dharma, and what content we should use, and what are the benefits of doing Dharma online. So my presentation. First of all, first we'll see what is Dharma. Dharma is essential. Dharma is an essential activity for spreading Islam. So I will tell in next slides what is Dawah and what is Islamic obligation for that, and how Quran says and how different hadith guide us to do it. So Dawah means praying, calling, propaganda, missionary activity. This is actually, if we read through Quran, this is Amr bil Maruf. Amr bil Maruf and Nahi anil Munkar. That we ask for do good things, and this is actually Dawa basic purpose. Dawa is Islamic obligation upon every Muslim according to ability. See, right now we are talking about media, that how media in media and how we can do Dharma in writing, through writing. different people have different capacity, people have training capacity, people have teaching capacity, people have daily lives capacity. So different people use different capacities, and they have different capacity, so they do the dawa according to their capacity and ability, and it is actually an obligation on us. Primary goals are guiding Muslims, attracting non-Muslims. This is what we the different people have different opinions that okay, we are in modern era and we are in modern age. Excuse me. Everybody has his own religion, and we don't say actually it's attracting non-Muslim to dawa. It doesn't mean that saying other people that your religion is not good and you're not good, you're not following right practices. It's attracting, convincing them through writing, through actions. So prioritization is one of the major So prioritization is one of the activity that is doing by different ulmas and media. Prioritization is the same like dawa, but it's directly related to your message. It's directly related to your conversation and things like that. Next, the reason for doing this presentation and the reason for talking about this topic is why we really need this, why we need to write for dawa. First of all, rapid diffusion and adoption of media platform that we should adopt it rapidly. I'm sorry, it seems the presentation just started for some time. Okay, I'm explaining it again. Rapid diffusion and adoption of media platforms. We should use, as dawa is not a new activity. It is there since start of Islam, but it, as media, we use media as a platform. That we are doing the same activity, we are doing our same obligation, but we are doing it through platform. We are using media platform. Media has potential to people religious to change people religiosity and practices of piety. People get affected affected and impressed and get influenced by this religious practices and piety. So we use media for dawa. So next is winning the hearts and minds of believer and non-believers through dawa. As I said earlier, that what is dawa? Dawa is to give message of Islam to Muslims and non-Muslims and attracting non-Muslims. So this is at the same time winning the hearts, and winning the hearts and minds doesn't mean that we do coercion or we do forceful activities. We should attract them, winning their hearts with our activities, with our writings, with our actions. So an inevitable means to disseminate Muslim thoughts. Media is one that it is less expensive. We can use it easily. It has wider circulation. It has wider coverage. It has we can say, and people use it very easily. It enhancement of co-religious and piety during Ramadan and Hajj pilgrimage. As you can see that in during Hajj and Ramadan days, yeah, I hope my voice is clear to people. So winning the hearts and minds of believers and non-believers. And the next is we have talked about inavailable means enhancement of co-religious and co-piety during Ramadan and Hajj. As you can see that for some time I'm stopped sharing this slide because my volume is low, and so I want to, yeah, it's 100%. Okay, I cannot increase it more. Sorry. So we were on trying to find enhancement of co-religious and co-piety during Ramadan and Hajj pilgrimage. As you see that obviously people are disseminating messages and writing about Islam and writing about Islamic teachings, but you can see this increase during the Ramadan and Hajj days, and this is co-piety and co-religiousness that people are sharing this feel, and people are sharing this religious cooperation, communication, and they're sharing their feelings while sharing their iftar videos, they're sharing their Hajj videos and Hajj pictures, and so other people get attracted to it. Thank you. So the next is enhancement of co-religious, and then as Manuel Kessel, he's in this age. What I'm talking about, that why we should write. Manuel Kessel, he is one of the leading theorists and sociologists and social science experts. He said that information is pivotal important in contemporary affairs. If we see that if we want to attract people, we want to influence people, we want to impress people, we want to do lobbying. That's how what we use. That information is very important. How we use and how we disseminate this information, how we manipulate this information is very important in these days. So what is my point of view? That yes, the dawa is very important because this is an information age. When you disseminate your information, the people get more attracted. Information sees its value without communication. That's why we should write. It's not information. If we keep the information to us, if we don't share it with others, like Muslims, non-Muslims, if we don't share with them, how could they can know about it? The communication is very important. And the way of communication, the words for communication, the methods of communication, the mode of communication, all these things are very important to disseminate our information. So, and again, this is two pictures. I'm just taking it from Google. Why we should write. This is Islamophobia. In one picture, you can say that Muslims are terrorists. Muslims are, they just tell about Al Qaeda, fanaticism, fundamentalism, sadism, militancy. This is what they are paid media, especially European media, especially media in many countries. They're portraying Islam in this way, that covering. And on the other side, you can see the picture of man. He has gun in his hand, and the other guy is shooting him. That he is leaving whole park, whole beautiful scenario behind, and just focusing on the gun and the person who is a militant, who is a terrorist. So they're portraying Muslims in this way, and they're only showing this side. So while this is amplifying negativity about it, this is Islamophobia that is increasing day by day. So employing language that distort, obscure, and willfully hurting Muslim beliefs. They're affecting Muslim beliefs. They can illegitimate. Like if whenever you see any report, any news in BBC and CNN, although I should not name the channels and the broadcasters, but for the information that people, they're just mentioning Al Qaeda, ISIS, and they think like that, and terrorists as representative of Muslims, as Muslim statements. They seldom quote ulmas or religious scholars. They quote them more. Difference in authority in Islam and journalism. That is what we need to focus. I just give a pause because I really want to focus on this point. This is the point which is very important because there is difference in authority. For media, the word of mouth, anything which anybody reported, anything which we observe is authority. But for Islam, journalism, it is authority. That word of mouth is authority. But for Islam, the authority is only Quran and Sunnah. We don't have any other authority to validate what is right and what is lawful and what is legal and what is legitimate in Islam. But as journalism, using every piece that they get to know about Islam, they use it. But as a Muslim, we don't take it as authority. For us, authority is only Quran and Sunnah. The second, in journalism, occupational and operational perspective, what I just said, that is occupational perspective, what we hear, what they hear, what they see, and operational, how they see, how they perceive it. But for Islam, it's Quran and Sunnah and Hadith. Hadith has, as we know, that Sunnah has two parts. One is the word of mouth, the sayings of Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and the second is his actions. These are all Sunnah. So Hadith is one of it. Media poses serious threats, states, societies, religious and parents. That why Dawah is needed. Dawah is needed because media, with obviously with new trends, it's a threat. Obviously, we can say it is a challenge to states. It's defaming states. It's deteriorating societies. It's bringing new thoughts and deteriorating religions and obviously parents. The rebelliousness is there too much. So for me, it's not very bad to be rebel, but what we actually do we still with the is it still with the what you say connected with rules, or we are just much ahead of rules? So that's very important. So the next is the development of media in Islam. What we talk that as I have said earlier, that this is not new. Using media in Islam, and media is a communicating force. It's something that it's already and always connected. Like if we see in 70s, Ayatollah Khomeini revolution. This is cassette revolution. Like he used audio tapes to disseminate his message, and after that, when the television and satellite get started in 80s and 90s, ulmas and religious scholars, they reach through audience through satellite and television. skip, and after that, if we see, and after that, the internet gets started. We have different modes of disseminating messages. We have different modes of communicating our messages. So as internet gets started, we have journals, mode of information, channels of our information and disseminating information. But some of the organizations, they made dedicated websites for Islam, and like if one of the example is Islam Online, one-stop shop for religious information and comprehensive services. There is everything about religion which you want to know. You can find it on Islam Online. This is very first website, and it started in England. And after that, when mushrooming platforms of digital platforms under my and what I said, that rebelliousness, and that at that point I already said that it's not the rebelliousness I'm against it, or it's not, but connectivity is very important, and religious orthodoxies are challenges. Sometimes that it's or not religion which is being represented by media. Sometimes the orthodoxies that took the whole paradigm, they took the whole scenario. So when the digital media and social media get expanded, so the orthodoxies get changed. New ideas and knowledge get, and people get access to the knowledge. So this is very positive point of media, development of media in Islam. So as fatwas, we call it Facebook fatwas, and we call it social media fatwas, and where everybody, not only ulmas, but students, ordinary people, people of different walks of life, they have access to the knowledge. They have access to the religious knowledge, and they have right to comment on it. So as we see, and as we'll see in next slides, that how closer the Islam is towards. That Islam is not a is a religion that just talk about this world. It works so. Sorry, the next word, the word here of it's very practical religion. And everybody has right to participate in it. Dawa activity, social media is prevalent. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, any media sources, it's very prevalent, and that you can find Dawa messages there. So the next is benefits of Dawa, spreading the word of Allah. This is what I've said, that this is the first cause and first our first obligation as a Muslim. Safeguarding Islam against criticism from outside, as I talked about Islamophobia, as I've talked about negative image of Islam, as I've talked about the authority, different authority, difference in authority, as I've talked about that people are just looking at the perspective they want to see. So this is safeguarding. This is so open up the opportunity, especially for young Muslims. As I just said that when it's open in media, people have access. Previously, it's just have access to few people, ulama, the high-ups of religion. Now, due to media, the Dawah has access to every Muslim. Ummah is connected irrespective of geography. E-Ummah. See what is the focus here? E-Ummah then will convert to the physical Ummah, the physical togetherness. Ummah is the unity of Muslims is very important. And previously, as we are located differently, I'm from Pakistan. We are living in Indonesia. People are living in Saudi Arabia. People are living in Arab Emirates. So people are connected through media, e-Ummah, electronic Ummah. We are connected with it. The unity, which is prime purpose. As an Ummah, if we want to recognize that we don't need to live together at one place, now we are connected with each other through this media. Media has helped Islam to regain its place in contemporary social life, as we say. But I want to focus on the regain, because as things get we don't bring things in limelight, it loses its spirit and it loses its point. As media is highlighting it again, and through Dawa, we are doing it, we're highlighting it again. So this is what we are accessing now. So the process of communication and its organization in society describe the power. As I already mentioned that how this information this is an information era, how communication is very important, and its organization. That's why I say how we manipulate things, how we present things. This is how this describes the power in the society. Your power is described by the face. It's your face. That how you're presenting your face, how you're organizing the knowledge about you, the communication, the information about your religion, your community, yourself, and this is very important. How you're organizing to paint it positively. What should we write? Again, as we have said already about authority, as we have said already about that, it's not that as a Muslim, it's our duty not to just spread word of mouth. We have to write research based. When we will write, when we'll do research based writing, this will present the true image, the true impression. If it is research based, then we have logic to support our knowledge. We have logic to support this information. So this should be research based. Positive image of Islam and positive side of Islam, Sufism, like one of the Islam point is Sufism, that this is not too this is not too rigid, this is not too bound, this is not the Sufism, this is not very bound, this is not what you say. Islam is not very strict religion. Islam is not very backward religion. So what we'll say, this is positive image of Islam. So counter narrative, what we have just seen that what we have just seen that counter narratives are very important. As we have talked about Islamophobia, we have talked about negative image of Pakistan, as we have talked about the thing. So counter narratives, counter narrative for the religion and counter narrative for the narratives which are presenting being presented in media is very important. One of the research organization, Muslim Engagement and Development Meant Informal Monitoring Campaign. This is made by England to counter this narrative against Islam. They are presenting their research. They are monitoring the media and they're finding out the things which are against Islam, and they're portraying and painting the positive side of Islam. And they're challenging for what is against Islam. So Muslims should not publicize even evil information. That is what we have said, that it is forbidden in Islam. So what we should write, we should always write what is right, RIGHT, which is true. We should not disseminate information as in Islam. If you don't know about and you don't have proof of anything, don't talk about it. So the next is what we should write. Islam is a religion and complete way, both spiritual and temporary. Next slide. Yes, it's a religion is complete way of both spiritual and temporary. In this world and in the world hereafter, Islam talks about everything. So we should write about it. This is my article about Okay, now I'm sharing my screen. Please. Yes. So, this is my article about how. Okay, this is not connected. I will share presentation with the team so that you can disseminate it further. Yes, this in that I write about that how sabr is one of the core element and core message of Islam, and how we are, if we write it, written about it, that how if we do sabr and if we do patience, how things get better. So Islam is not about talking about world hereafter and spiritual life. It's also talking about temporal and contemporary life. So brief about heroes. We should inform our nation about heroes. We should not leave it. So we should not leave it about that we should only talk about the points that are we are only liking on counter narratives, and we should talk about our heroes. Like if we can say that promotion of Islamic values, like Hazrat Ammar, I read an article in an English newspaper by an Afghan journalist. He writes about Hazrat Ammar radiallahu anha and his mother, Samia radiallahu anha. She was the first female martyr of Islam. And journalists write about how it's not about that Muslims we are claiming that we're Muslims. What are the reasons that these Muslims were? What are the reasons that these Muslims were being respected, and what was the reason? Because they are strict to their values. They're respecting. They're not only respecting their values, but they are practicing it. Like they don't leave religion, even they get martyred, but they don't leave their religion. They don't leave their strength. So why Muslims were powerful once, and why Muslims were an authority in an era? Because they really stick to their values. So we have to promote these values through our writing. Validate ethics through Quran and Hadith, as I have said already. For us, the authority is Quran and Hadith. Issues of like another thing. What should we write? There are many issues like Palestine and Kashmir. Muslims are facing difficulties. The Dawa is about unity. The Dawa is about values. The Dawa is about teaching of Islam. So it gives us opportunity to write about the issues faced by Muslim Ummah in different regions of the world. Thank you. Terima kasih. Thanks a lot. This is end for me, but I think 2 slides are missing. Yeah, this slide was not shown because I was talking about Islamophobia and presenting Islam and how they are present. I'm afraid that at that time it was not shown. I'm working on my own computer, and the presentation shared by the organizers was different. So these were the pictures we were missing. Okay, thank you. That's end from my side. Any question they can you can write in chat box, and over to you, Fitri. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, thank you so much, Andrin, for the enlightening presentation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now is the time for the question and answer section. For those who want to ask questions, please raise hands or write your question in the chat session. Okay, anyone want to ask question? Okay, now Valyahya 075 raise hand. Okay, you can deliver your question.
Okay, thank you for the chance, Miss Fikri.
Yeah.
It was a great explanation about the mojo, the mobile journalism by Miss Riza. It's really enlightening for me. So I got this question. You state that the mojo heavily relies on the smartphone, but do you think there are any urgency that we need to improve our gear? I mean, compared to pure photography job, the more cam, the better lenses they use, the more great microphone they use, their value as a professional will increase. So do you need the mojo is also need to improve, need to invest to those kind of gear, microphone, cam, lenses. So in following of the increasing gear, so we can also get a better paycheck too. So we can't put aside that journalist is what we can do for a living, right? So that's my question. Is there any urgency for that to buy or invest in some gear? Thank you.
Okay, very interesting question. So, how do you want it to be answered, Mrs. Riza? Do you want to answer it directly, or we will wait another question?
I think I prefer to answer it directly.
Okay. Okay, then please.
Okay. Thank you, Novel, for the question. It is very good question actually, and you are right. You asked about is there any urgency for to update our gears, basically like that, and so if you have, for example, you have more I can tell that at least you need basic phone. At least you can use it to take videos or to take a photo clearly, and that's enough. For me, it's like that. But of course, sometimes the more expensive smartphone with more features and more advanced smartphone, it will result on a better quality of video and better quality of a picture. But I believe that today, I think even basic smartphone, they can produce a good quality of video and good quality of photos. But do we really need to update our smartphone? I personally, I don't need to upgrade my smartphone to the latest or the most expensive or the most advanced in the term of feature or technology. I use smartphone that I think can accommodate my needs of taking videos and photos. And for me, my current smartphone is enough. It is not the latest smartphone. It is not the latest. The feature is also basic, taking videos, taking photograph, but I'm enough with it. And as long as I can take video for a good angle and for a good sound, I took different angle, I think it will result on a very good video as well. But of course, I have to highlight that your video or your photo, at least it must be clear, because if it is clear, of course, it will I think if you are doing journalism, you have to take video or take a photo clearly for the sake of you can share the true message. So if your smartphone is already can take video good ways and clear, I think that's enough. You don't need to buy the most expensive one or the latest gadget. You don't need to do that. At least your smartphone can do the basic thing, and at least with a clear way. And I think now smartphones are already equipped with a good quality of camera and good quality of audio as well. And if you have more saving money, or for example, you have more pocket money, of course, if you want to do a very professional mobile journalism, of course, I recommend you to upgrade your gear. For example, buy a better mic, because sometimes the earphone that comes along with your phone doesn't have really good quality. So yeah, sometimes you have a better microphone, and if you have more saving money, just invest to buy it. And then if you really want to be a digital savvy journalist, I think invest in a good smartphone will be very helpful for you, because at least at the end of the day you still need it. When you are a journalist in today's era, you really need a smartphone with big stories, because you need to take video. Sometimes you need to take a lot of photos, and you need to write your story right away on the spot using your smartphone. And sometimes if your phone doesn't have enough storage, it will be very slow, and it will hurdle your work. So if you have better smartphone, it will be very helpful for you. But so back to the question, the urgency of update, the urgency to update your tools to the most updated or the latest gears. Well, it depends on your need. If you are just a journalist, you just need to write story or take photo. I think basic smartphone is enough, because you just can take photo. And now smartphone, even the cheapest smartphone has a good quality of picture. But if you are a mobile journalism and you need a smartphone that at least has a better quality of in taking videos, if you have more saving money, yes, of course, I recommend you to upgrade your gadget. But I also say that at least you have the basic tools, your smartphone and then earphone. That's all. You don't need to add with lenses, or you don't need to add with light, because that additional tools is actually, of course, it will help you to make a better video, but it is still only additional. If you don't have wide lens for your smartphone, that's okay. If you don't have Boya microphone, that's okay, because you still have this earphone that come with your camera. So yeah, I think as long as you have the basic tools, smartphone and earphone, that is okay. I hope that answer your question. Or if you have any additional question, you are very welcome.
How about that, Naufal? Is it clear enough for you?
Honestly, it's also a very good answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, Mrs. Riza, for the clear answer. Yeah, I also agree with you. Yeah, we have to look at our needs, and then it depends on the situation, right? For example, if we don't have much money for buying it, why? But in this situation, I think Naufal need to upgrade his gadget, because I think, or I believe that he wants to be an expert. Mrs. Jila, yeah, he wants to be an expert in sound or videography or something like that. Yeah. So Naufal, for you, I think you have to upgrade your gadget if you have some money.
So I think start from now, Naufal can start investing to the better gadget, or no, better tools as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Start from
Yes. Okay, thank you. Maybe we have to go to another question. Next question is delivered by Koirun Anissa. And this question is addressed to Mrs. Anbrin. Anbrin, you still here, right? Hi, Anbrin.
Yes, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Mrs. Anbrin, the next question is delivered to you. What do you think about prophetic journalism? Is this model of journalism, is this model of journalism already famous there in Pakistan maybe? What do you think?
So, So for prophetic journalism, actually, this talks about more about morality and things like that. And actually, journalism, what it also talks about current affairs. If we say about prophetic journalism, it's very less here, and very few. If we talk about morals and ethics and things like that, and claiming and highlighting social evil, and this is very few, and it's not in mainstream journalism. It's sometimes opinion pieces, and some people write about it, but actually, it's not. If I talk about Pakistan, it's not so famous here.
Oh, okay, that's the condition in Pakistan, right? Okay, thank you. I hope this answer can fulfill the curiosity of Anissa. Okay, is there any other question? If no, I think I need to open my other social media because some of my students deliver some questions through WhatsApp or other social media. So I would like to write the question from that. Okay, Mrs. Riza, there is a question for you. This question has been written by Nur Hasifa Augustia. She is also a student of Islamic Broadcasting and Communication. The question is, what are the challenges faced by multimedia journalists when working abroad? So what's your challenge while being a journalist in Belgium or maybe in Newcastle, yeah? Or maybe just abroad in general?
Okay, so basically being a journalist where while we are in Indonesia and while we are living overseas is pretty different because different places has different culture, and sometimes the people has different habit and different in Indonesia, for example, we are used to see a lot of people in public places. They use they open their mic, open video, and just doing vlogs, something like that. But how about maybe in other country it doesn't happen. So maybe the challenge is maybe when, for example, when I take video of the supermarket in Indonesia, maybe I can just really taking videos. I can do it in a long time. I mean, I can retake videos, but I think when we are working overseas, we have to be very time efficient, and so that's why preparation is very important, because I don't think I want to attract many attention to me for if I'm too busy taking picture or taking video while people around me are busy shopping in the supermarket. So I think we really need to be more efficient in the term of working as a journalist. So that's why preparation is very important. And sometimes there is also people that ask us, what are you doing? And we need to explain to them. And sometimes if you are living overseas, of course, when I was doing journalism tasks in Newcastle a few years ago, I had this difficulty to explain to people that I want to take video of them while making dim sum. So I made this video about a dim sum seller in a dim sum vendor in a traditional market in Newcastle, and I had this difficulty to explain to them I need to take this video for journalism assignment. Sometimes they also don't get it if we don't explain it clearly. So of course, language is sometimes also a challenge. And when I live in Brussels, not all people speak English as well. because in Brazil people speak Dutch and French. Not everyone speak English, and that will be a challenge as well sometimes. But so that's why if you are working overseas or you are taking video overseas, I think you have to work efficiently, so you don't attract too many attention for people to ask, what are you doing, or something like that. That's all. But any other challenge? I don't think I have one. I think it's the same. Working as journalists in Indonesia or while we are overseas, I think it is the same.
Okay, thank you. Is there any obstacle that makes you, as a journalist, have to take down your articles or something else when you were abroad or in the overseas?
Well, during my stay in Brazil, I actually haven't written any publication or news, but last year when I was still at the Jakarta Post and when I already in Brazil, I still wrote for the Jakarta Post, but I think it is about Indonesia, and I don't think I ever have experienced that. But sometimes if we did mistake on our article, sometimes people would send their complaint, and we usually as a journalist should tell our editor. So there is this person or there is this people, they complain our article, and usually if the complaint is about like technical things like it's like typos on names or typos on title, yeah, we will change it. But if the complaint is about, oh, why are you telling story like this,
yeah,
but we were telling the true story, so we didn't need to change anything.
Okay, yeah,
That's all.
yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we still have several questions. Okay, the next one is still about multimedia journalism. Okay, I will read the question. This is written by Widya Delia Parasita. And the question is, what we as journalists should do when media industries prioritize speed over quality?
Okay, can I answer?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think that happened a lot. Even when I was working as a journalist, I also saw a lot of my journalist colleagues that I made in the field. They are also expected to write news as fast as possible. Sometimes it is very dangerous for accuracy, because the faster we have to write news, I think the fewer time we have to recheck the accuracy. So that's why in the journalism practice today, a lot of media, they utilize this advantage of being online, so they can edit the news at any time. Because it is online, they can edit the news if they did mistake, if they are not really accurate in delivering their news, they just can edit it easily, their news. But I always tell myself as a journalist that I really need to recheck everything before writing it, because whatever news that you write it for people, and you write about other people as well. So you have to make sure that you write something that is truthful, because if you tell wrong story, the effect will be significant for everyone, for the people related to our story. So you have, as a journalist, you really have to be careful and you should have your own standardization of, okay, I have to recheck this first. For example, your editor asks you to just do it fast. This media already published their news. Where is your news? You just can tell your editor that I really need to make sure that this information is true. And as a journalist, you can do that. If you are not sure, you can just write it down on your article that this article still need confirmation. This article still need verification. As of the time being, as of the time this news is written, the journalist hasn't received any confirmation, for example, like that, and you have to state it on your news. So I think that's the question. That's the answer. I mean, as a journalist, you yourself, as an individual journalist, have to be really careful and make sure that you check everything. Make sure that what you are telling to reader, to the public, is truthful.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think verification is very important. That is the main thing we have to check or we have to do when we produce some news, whether it is a written one or video or etc. Yeah, that's also something that I have to emphasize to my students.
Yeah, can I add a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but when you are a journalist, maybe you will face this kind of situation. Your other journalists or your journalist clique, they already write news, but you realize that I think it's not true. I mean, we still need verification.
Really?
We still need to recheck. Don't be too impulsive to, okay, I will just write this because everybody has published it. Don't be like that. You have to be really careful and make sure that what you're writing is true. If you're not sure, just hold it first. You have to don't be careless and nggak usah ikut-ikutan lah, maksudnya. You have to be really careful and do the verification. That's number one point.
Nah, tuh dengerin ya semua mahasiswa apa yang disampaikan oleh Mrs. Riza barusan, bahwa verifikasi itu tetap hal yang sangat penting meskipun teman-teman kita sesama jurnalis sudah mengupload, tetapi kita tidak yakin dengan berita kita ini sebenarnya masih ada yang perlu dibenerin atau enggak. Jangan impulsif, jangan ikut-ikutan untuk langsung mengupload. Jadi kita harus cek, pastikan dulu bahwa apa yang kita tulis dalam berita itu memang benar. Is that right, Mrs. Tila, Mrs. Riza? Okay, Mrs. Tila, I think you have you have been idolized by my student, maybe because there is one other question for you, and for Anbrin, you still have also question. I will read it after this. Okay, next is still for Mrs. Riza. I will read the question for you. Being multimedia journalist is hard, and we have to give biggest effort on it. So, why people want to learn and pay more attention to multimedia journalism? This question is written by Nurul Iza Utomo, and it is delivered to Mrs. Dila or Mrs. Riza.
Yeah, I think it is very important, at least for us as a journalist, to have, I think, multimedia skill or multi-skill, not only writing, but also we also know the basic of taking video or taking photos. Because why? I think I already mentioned on my previous presentation. Right now, newsroom, they don't have many photographer or videographer as much as they have journalists.
Yeah.
So the number of journalists way way higher than the number of photographer and videographer. And as you can see, we are now facing a very big challenges in media industry, the COVID-19, and maybe you already heard about the news that some newsroom they laid off their staff from different position, not only journalists, but for example, photographer, videographer, that they think are not really the main of the media industry. Because in media, I mean in media organization, the journalist, it is the core of the media itself. We have photographer, yes, we have photographer, or we have videographer, yes, but the main, the core human resource is the journalist itself. Without the journalist, without the reporter, how media organization can share the news? So that's why during this difficult situation where maybe we face the shortage of staff, journalists should be independent. I mean, they should have multimedia skill to help their media organization. If there is no photographer, they can take photo their own. If there is no videographer, at least they can take video their own. Because in certain event, like in mass protest or in labor protest, sometimes if we only rely on videographer, and this is only one videographer, meanwhile during event there are a lot of things going on, and you as a journalist also should be aware, and being multi-skilled journalist is very important during that time. So you yourself can take video by yourself, so you are not only relying on videographer.
Yeah, I also remember when me and my students have a media visit in one mass media industry in Surabaya. I a little bit shocked when the manager said that every journalist has to do like 10 report in one day, whether in writing format or in video format, like a live video, something like that. Yeah, you can imagine 10. When I was working in the mass media in Jawa Post, yeah, in a day, I remember that I only have to write around 2 or 3 news in a day. But now 10, oh my God. What about your experience, Mrs. Riza? Do you also face the same thing, like the high loading work for a journalist, like have to write 10 pages or something else, 10 news, or I don't know.
I think on the term of quantity, yeah, it's true that journalism today, they demand for more quantity, and then at least based on the experience, when I see my friend who works in online media, to be specific, online media, because they are indeed expected to write news as much as possible. Even they can write 5 stories from one event, for example, like that. And in one day they attend 2 events, so there is a 10 stories.
Okay, I got it.
And it is true, but I personally, because I work at the before, when I was a journalist at the Jakarta Post. Jakarta Post is basically newspaper like Harian Kompas, but they also have website, and we kind of still print is still the most important, and then the second one, it is in English. So if Indonesian journalists who write in Indonesia can write 5 story, maybe us as a Indonesian journalist who write in English, we can only write maybe 2 or 3, because it takes a lot of time, not only us to write, because it is not our native language, it is our second language. And then another thing, the process itself is longer. In national media, which the news in Indonesia, their process is only like this, from reporter to news editor, and then publish. But in national media who writes the news in English, like the Jakarta Post, the process is longer. From newspaper, we have to go to the editor, and from editor, we have to go to the copy desk or check desk, which is this is person native speaker of English, and they will check the English, and yeah, and it takes a longer time.
Isn't it the same when we work in Jawa Post? They have two editors. The first one is for the content, and the second one is the copy editor. Isn't it like that?
It's little bit different because we also have another editor.
Oh, three editors.
Not editor, but we call it proofreader.
All right.
So who will check the S or without S, or you need to put apostrophe or not, something like that. So we have this journalist and journalist to news editor who will edit the content, and news editor to copy desk, which is the native speaker. And then from them, it will go to the proofreader. If so, there is a multiple stages, and yeah, I think writing in English as an Indonesian, of course, is different. With writing in Indonesian as Indonesian, it is much more difficult.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Riza, very clear. The next one, we still have two questions addressed to Mrs. Anbrin. The first one, what is the role of Muslim journalists in dakwah activities through multimedia journalism? Okay, I also write it in the chat section so Anbrin can read my writing.
Yeah, I can read your writing.
Okay, thank you, Anbrin. Could you please answer the question?
Yeah. See, if we, as we talk about, and as just my colleague, she also shared about, Riza, she also shared about that this is currently as the COVID era, and the availability of other modes are less, and we use it through multimedia in that, as you see now, you can see different videos from different memas and different that previously it was difficult if some channel is not accepting or contents, which was difficult for us to disseminate that knowledge. But now we can use different modes, different channels, and that are comparatively accessible, that is comparatively cheaper, that is comparatively that we are free to join that. So for me, that and secondly, what is more important nowadays? This is video. This is your pictures. That is an old thing.
Anbrin, sorry, your voice is getting slower.
Oh, sorry. Is it okay now?
Could you speak? Okay, I think it's okay.
Okay. Sorry, I was in my usual tone. Yes, as we have mentioned, or that my partner, my research, she mentioned that less. That previously it was difficult to access, and to channels we have to we are bound to different media source, and we are bound, and we have to follow that. Now it's easy to share our videos to different social media channels that make are easy to disseminate our point of view. And what is positive side of it? Obviously, everybody has an access. Everybody has a role, and the journalist, if they use videography and multimedia, and this is photos, this is more important to represent what they want to say. For me, for Dava in multimedia, this is more accessible. This becomes more accessible. People are more open. They can give their opinion. They can give their feedback. So for me, it's very helpful for Dava.
Thank you, Fitri. I'm done.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, then the question and answer section has been done. Alhamdulillah, we have passed the section. Next, let's play games. We will ask you some familiar questions. So for those who can answer correctly and the fastest, will get 100,000 rupiah. So, are you ready? Just like before, you have to grab your other device and then you click kahoot.it and we will show you some of questions that some of them have been displayed in the earlier of the workshop. Oke, jadi semuanya ini adalah kuis yang ada hadiahnya ya. Jadi ini adalah kuis Kahoot untuk yang terakhir. Silakan kalian buka kahoot.it dan masukkan password atau game PIN-nya. I'm sorry, the question and also the explanation is delivered in Indonesia because the prize will be in Indonesia. I mean, everyone or the winner will get 100,000 rupiah dalam bentuk pulsa ya. Jadi makanya ini khusus untuk para peserta yang berasal dari Indonesia dan sedang ada di Indonesia. Okay, we have two participants, Angelica and Ima. Okay, at least 10 ya. We will wait you until we have at least 10 participants. Okay, 3 more. Come on, guys. Remember that the winner will get the prize and the committee will slow the time for answering the question because there is a request from one participant. He said that the time is too fast so that we make it slower. Okay, already 13. Okay, how if we start it? Committee, are you ready? Okay, let's do it. Dalam proses verifikasi data, seorang jurnalis sedang memastikan. Ini pertanyaan yang sudah muncul tadi di awal. Oke, ternyata masih ada yang salah nih. It's okay. Oh, Anissa. Anissa, congrats. You are the current winner ya. Yang bukan termasuk macam-macam berita adalah, oke. It is easy busy, guys. You have to answer it correctly. Especially my student. Oke, mayoritas benar jawabannya. Oke, Anissa masih memimpin. Kayaknya potensial jadi winner ini Anissa. Oke, next. Yang tidak termasuk dalam unsur 5W1H. What, where, how, which is. Sudah kayak anak Jaksel belum? Which is. Okay, everyone is correct. Still Anissa, come on. Next question. Mama Isabel, jangan mau kalah, Mama. Disebut apakah prinsip moral yang merefleksikan peraturan yang harus dipatuhi oleh seorang jurnalis? Ini juga nggak sulit ya. Oh, sudah pertanyaan belum? Yang termasuk jenis-jenis jurnalistik. Oke, benar. Banyak yang benar ya, happy ngelihatnya nih. Disebut apakah proses meliput, mengolah, dan menyebarluaskan berbagai peristiwa dengan muatan nilai Islam? You have to remember our them. We put some specific word that is shown in the answer. Oke, alhamdulillah banyak yang benar. Wah, Mama Isabel jadi turun. Ayo, semangat semuanya. Apa penyebab munculnya multimedia journalism? Oke. Anissa still leading the quiz ya. Ini jawabannya lumayan mirip nih. Wah, tapi masih bagus ya 10 menjawab dengan benar. Wah, Anissa masih belum terkalahkan. 2 pertanyaan terakhir. Jihad di media sosial dapat dilakukan dengan apa? Kebangetan kalau nggak bisa jawab nih. Oh, ternyata ada. Kayaknya salah pencet tuh ya. Oke, still Anissa. Oke, the last one. Come on. Apa sebutan dari dakwah dengan tulisan? Nah, ini anak KPI yang paling bisa jawab nih harusnya. Okay, we get the result. Congratulations for Nana as the third winner, Annie as the second winner, and Anissa. Whoa, my dearest student. Okay, congratulations Anissa for being the first winner.
Anissa, congratulations for Anissa. Ini juara pintar musik nih.
Pintar musik, melatih dosennya untuk bisa lomba sholawat ya, menang lagi. Iya.
Tak kasih lagu nanti.
Waduh, spesial dari Bapak Syakur. Selamat untuk Anissa. Please write down your phone number to the committee. Nanti tolong japri aja ya, kasih ke panitia nomormu berapa. Nanti akan mendapatkan hadiah spesial Rp100.000 berupa pulsa. Oke, terima kasih. Okay, that's all for the core of the international workshop have done by Islamic Broadcasting and Communication major. Now what I can conclude for the presentation section is the first, journalists have new routine. 8 years ago, they might go to newsroom to type the news, but now they directly write the news after attending the event. Second, smartphone becomes a super tool for journalists using smartphone. We can write and do etc. The next one, preparation is the key. Remember that. Mobile journalism can give voice to the voiceless. And then next one related to dakwah, amplifying negativity about Islam or Islamophobia. That's the function or the principle of dakwah. And then it also has the benefit that is media have helped Islam regain a place in contemporary social life. Okay, that's all for the core section. We have done the presentation section and also question and answer section. Next, I will leave this event to the MC. Thanks for the attention, the participation for all of the participants. I apologize if during being a moderator, I made a mistake or any other. Okay, that's all. I leave this event to MC. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Fikri, as moderator of our workshop today. And absolutely thank you very much for our keynote speakers today, Ms. Riza with stunning presentation about mobile journalism, and Ms. Ambrin with the topic spreading the message of da'wah through writing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we already have a productive and inspiring time together. We hope everyone involved in today's workshop can get more knowledge about multimedia journalism. We apologize for any error and mistakes that occur during the workshop and hope you are always safe and stay healthy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our workshop. Thank you for everything and forgive for something. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Thank you,
warahmatullahi
Mrs. Riza. Thank you,
wabarakatuh.
Mrs. Anprin.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for all.
Okay, thank you for all the participants. We let you to leave the Zoom room. And don't forget, if you not fill the attendance yet, please click the link in the Zoom chat.
Yeah, guys, actually we have planned to show you some memes or comedic photo related to journalism. Probably we want to see. Firhan, maybe you want to show the photo. Oh, terima kasih banyak Ibu Lulu Fikri Zuhria, Wadek 2, Fakultas Dakwah dan Komunikasi UIN Sunan Ampel Surabaya. Terima kasih atas ucapan suksesnya. Terima kasih juga Ibu Lulu sudah mengikuti acara ini sampai akhir loh ya. Terima kasih banyak Ibu.
Mungkin tim panitia ingin foto bersama atau bagaimana? Ada yang di rumah ini?
Oh iya, panitia boleh kalau ingin berfoto bersama.
We should documentation this moment.
Atau kalau panitia yang hadir di lokasi kita foto ini aja ya, offline ya.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you everyone. I will leave the Zoom.
Udah